Hey y'all, and welcome to another reaction, y'all. We got to work over here. We got to work over here. Now, y'all, I know you notice I've been staying away from this trial, right? Because today, Jarvis just popped up in my brain again. Of all times, I've been trying to do anything to avoid talking about Jarvis. But so, y'all, welcome back to another reaction. And your opinion means a lot to me, and my opinion is my opinion and not necessarily based on facts. So don't focus on me, focus on what we're talking about. So this is going to be interesting. So y'all, I'm going to give y'all time to come on in, you can go back and catch the live later, okay? All right, I'm going to give you time to get there. It's a question that I was thinking about in this case, y'all. It been on my mind throughout the case. If the law doesn't believe that anybody in that house has nothing to do with Nazaria Harris been missing, it's asking questions coming through my mind. Because you heard the aunt testimony and you heard the grandmother testimony. And we all had something to say about what each one of them said, right? Now, think about that. Think about what we said about Shannon Harris. Think what we said about the grandmother. Think about what what's the lady name? The district. God, I can't think of the name. I got so much on my mind. She said that the district attorney said that they don't think the auntie has nothing to do with this. Now, y'all, I was eating popcorn in the middle of the night. I done tried other cases. I just been keeping my mind off of what this question I wanted to ask. So I didn't know the answer for it. So, you know me, I believe Google. I believe not everything, but I look at other things in Google that I pulled up. First of all, I thought about him. I've been watching him. He's been playing a role that y'all not paying attention to. He been playing this role to my mind, and I'm not a spirit of advisory or nothing like that. I don't do that. Hey, baby, I'm not no part of that. But what I do want to get those who don't know about this case, yeah, y'all just kind of like, just listen for a minute. This is the Nazaria Harris case. I already knew he wasn't going to take the plea deal. I don't care why he wasn't going to take it. I knew he wasn't going to take it from what I heard. I don't make up nothing or nothing. I don't think for these kind of people. I just pay attention. What's up, Carol? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. All right. Now, I in my mind, I asked the question. I said, I knew he wasn't going to take a plea deal because he's stubborn. What I do want to know is it too late for him to plead? No, I asked it a reason. Let me see, let me get it right. Let me get it right. Let me get it right, honey. Whew. I asked it, is it too late for him to plead reason by insanity? And the reason I said that, y'all, is because I've been reading Jarvis. I've been reading Jarvis books, and something tells me that he's gonna act crazy. He's gonna act like he don't understand what's going on. He gonna understand, but but look, I'm saying, I believe I asked the question. This what question I asked about Jarvis books. First question came to my mind in the Zaire Harris case was, with this man right here, was, is he all right mentally? I asked, is he okay? I've been asking that question for the longest, and nobody never answered me. And I always ask, do he have a mental illnesses? Do he have a mental health problem? Do he have, the reason why I ask that is because what he is doing, the things that he did these many years, is sick. The things that he did to Nazaire Harris and other people, it's an illness. I want to know, do he, I ain't making up excuses for him, okay? I'm just saying mentally, do he realize what he did, was doing, was wrong? Because he was sick, y'all. This man had a mental illnesses. Is it something that he hid from all the women that he met? I know, you know what? Every time somebody say something about the way I think, I always win. I always win because I'm the type of person like to think outside the box. So what came to my mind then is, I asked myself, if you're gonna say that the girls she lived around her auntie and her grandma, if you're gonna say that, listen what I'm saying. See, look, y'all stop. Look, this is what I want y'all to do. Not to put words and thought in my mind, because I don't know this man. I can't think for him. I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying. And I know some of my people watching and paying attention, y'all know exactly what I'm saying. This man here been sick for a mighty long time. A lot of people don't let you know that they got a mental illness. Now the mama and the auntie and the grandmama and the auntie and the people who was around Nazaire didn't think he had a mental illness. Listen to what I'm saying. The auntie, the grandmother, the brothers, and everybody didn't think he had a mental illness. But he did. He did have one. Don't be looking at the hair and the color and all that kind of skin color and all that right there. The whole time this man had a mental illness, see, and he was sick, and God didn't do nothing about it, but let him take his illnesses to kids. That's a mental illness, y'all. Now, I said, is it too late for him to plead reason for insanity? Plead not guilty by reason of insanity. I said, is it too late for him to do that? And it said no. He could change that. He could change it anytime. But the problem with that situation is that his defense attorney has to notify the court and the prosecution with evidence of Jarvis' mental illnesses at the time of the crime. Listen what I just said. This is something serious y'all need to look into, because the reason what I'm saying is you got to be out of your mind to do the things that you did in the house if the district attorney doesn't think nothing was wrong with the auntie. Don't think the auntie has nothing to do with this. Listen, y'all. Jarvis stayed in that house sometimes. The things that he was doing in that house, they try to pretend like they didn't have nothing to do with it. Why aren't they getting punished with it? Because they said they didn't have nothing to do with her being missing. They said that the auntie don't have nothing to do with her being missing. Now, y'all kept saying that she did. Who are you all? If the district attorney don't think so. So, is he going to change his plea before the trial to reason by insanity? Because y'all, who would put a girl with a child in their car a whole time from 3 o'clock in the evening where everybody and their mamas and the cameras can see that he has a child in that car, who don't walk to Sicko, who don't have a flat tire, sister saw the girl, friend saw the girl, people, his friend mother-in-law saw the girl. Who would do that? What was going on with him mentally to take her away from her family in broad daylight, sit around with her in the truck, didn't hide her at all? That's somebody with a mental illness, y'all. Why pretend that ain't nothing wrong with Jarvis? He's sick. Do he understand what's going on in that court? Or did he understand what was going on during the crime? When he committed that crime, did he understand? He couldn't understand if he sat there and had that girl in that car in broad daylight, y'all. He had that girl out in that car in broad daylight. He took the girl across the line, across the... Who do that, y'all? Who would do that, y'all? Who would take a little 12-year-old, sit her in his car and let her be around in the car, play around in the car, act like ain't nothing happened in that same house where she stayed for years? And before the day she went missing, he texting her like that. And they trying to act like they didn't see the text, but they are not considering the auntie involvement in her missing. Y'all not understand what I'm saying? Jarvis understand what I'm saying. Do y'all think he's going to plead not guilty by reason of insanity? Because first of all, why he got that mask on his mouth? During the time of the crime, was he mentally? Where was his mind mentally? It sure wasn't right. It sure wasn't right. Unless he knows something that we don't know. But so what they did, the district attorney did, was X Shannon out. Y'all been boo-hooing, whine about Shannon being a suspect, and they don't think that she is a suspect. So what's wrong with Jarvis' butts? I already knew he was going to take the plea deal. I don't care. And I'm not going to make no reason up for him not taking a plea deal. I can read this boy, and he's stubborn, and he's sick. He's stubborn, and he's sick. Now, do y'all think he gonna plead not guilty by the reason of insanity? Do you think Jarvis know what they talking about? Do you know? Do you think he was in the right mind at the time? Cause they said he used the hotel for what? This man can't be in here right, man. I'm just saying what Jarvis gonna try. The tricks he's gonna try. I think he's gonna try a trick. Yeah, Carol, y'all understand what I'm saying? These people like this be knowing what they doing, but they can play minds with you. Who would do this for these many years in the same house? And then pick the girl up from the street while she was walking when she got out of school. Let her sit in his car, in a big old white car, truck, whatever. It didn't do nothing about it. Then kept her all that evening. He knew she was missing because he had her the whole time. He knew she was missing. He took her across town. He had her the whole time. He had this girl the whole time. What? I cannot say what I want to say. But I am going to say that he was sick. Now, he still plead not guilty. He still want to go to trial. He's going to try something, y'all. Jarvis is going to try his tricks. Is he going to plead not guilty by the reason of insanity? I just wonder. I didn't say he was going to do it. He just can't grab my mind in. I've been trying to avoid Jarvis because that masking on my nerve. Because you got to be okay. They don't think that the reason why I said that because they don't think that the grandma and the auntie is involved in her. What he really did was kidnap her. My thing is, why isn't he charged for kidnapping? Y'all see what they doing here? Why did they put a kidnapping charge on him? Cause he did pick her up and he kept her. Man, this man right here they playing games on y'all. They playing games. Man, come on now, please. Every time I go live, my dogs egg up. Don't nobody have no these little shit to something else. Now, while plea can generally be changed before trial, changing to an insanity defense often requires meeting specific deadlines set by the court. The defendant must be found competent to stand trial, understand a proceeding before they can argue they were legally insane at the time of the offense. Burden of proof. The defendant must prove they was illegally insane, which typically means a mental illness prevented them from understanding the nature of their action of distinguishing right and wrong. Now, the reason why I say that, y'all, is because was the man high at the time when he did this? Was he? What, this ain't mental. This is not mentally right, y'all. This is not mentally right. You have somebody. You have somebody child. Pick up somebody child up. You seen your niece walking. He called her his niece. You see your niece walking. You picked her up with a witness. Ugh. You picked the girl up with a witness in the truck. And she spoke. She said, hey. Then you kept her up at the shop to sit in your car the whole time. From 3:15 till they didn't see her no more, Jarvis. You got to be not in your right mind. Or either, Jarvis, are you going to plead insanity or you're not? What are you going to do? Because are you going to act like you ain't got no sense? Because how in the world are you going to plead not guilty and you had the girl the whole time? This knucklehead had that girl, but it doesn't mean that he murdered her, y'all. That it doesn't mean we don't know where Naziah at. We don't know where is Naziah. Cause if they're gonna pretend like the aunt didn't know nothing about it, the aunt don't have nothing to do with it. The aunt don't know nothing. We're gonna put it out on Jarvis' butts. How that gonna work? Cause Jarvis said, I ain't did nothing. Jarvis said, I ain't did nothing. I ain't did nothing. That's what Jarvis said. I'm still gonna plead not guilty. Cause I know I didn't do nothing. But I had the girl the whole time. Can you explain? Can you explain that? Your sister saw the girl, your friend saw the girl, your mother-in-law saw the girl, your ex-sister-in-law saw the girl. They talked to her. Where did you take her after that, Jarvis? Because you're still responsible for her because you said you didn't take her back home. That ain't mentally in the right mind, y'all. That it's not mentally. Y'all think I'm playing. Something is cooking. Something is cooking right now. I deal with so many cases. Butterfly, I can't even remember his. It's supposed to be soon, child. I be dealing with so many cases until don't forget. Y'all got to write it down. Y'all got to write these dates down. We don't, content creator, we can't remember one thing. We got a lot to remember. We got a lot of cases. So when I'm talking about Jarvis Butts. Because everything that I heard in this trial, since they gonna say that Shannon didn't do anything, they don't think Shannon know nothing. They don't think the grandmother know nothing. Jarvis, we do know that you did have Naziah, but we don't know if you murdered Naziah. But your mind, what kind of state of mind were you in when you had her? What were you thinking about? What do you think about? Did something happen to her, Jarvis? Where is she? That's somebody is playing a mind game, y'all. He ain't talking. They talking. He ain't talking. These people talking. When in the world have you seen anybody in court with a mask over their mouth like this, unless they spitting at the guards or something? Y'all don't know how this case gonna turn out. Y'all really don't. Just because we got something against this man right here, I got something against a whole lot of things in the case. I see something wrong with the whole case. But I can say he was responsible for her mentally, physically, and emotionally because he had her all day that evening knowing that the auntie and the grandmama is looking for her. So where was his mind mentally? Where was his, do we have a mental illness? Because you can't be in your right mind keeping somebody's child out all night long. Where did you put her? If you didn't do nothing to her, Jarvis, why are you holding her for yourself? If you didn't do nothing to her, what? What is going on, y'all? If he plead not guilty, is he going to plead not guilty by insanity reason? Not guilty by insanity? Because you can't tell me that that man sat down the whole time and not think about Naziah when they were showing the clothes. I looked at him, he didn't act like nothing was wrong with him mentally. He didn't act like nothing was wrong with him mentally. So I'm asking a question. These days, you don't know who got mental illnesses because they hide it from you. You can meet somebody these days, you have to learn them. It may take you a year to learn the person that they have a mental illness because they don't want to tell you. They want to go with you. And you'll find out later, wow, I didn't even know that was wrong. Something was wrong with him. But I figured something was wrong, but he hid it from people. Hide stuff like this, y'all. People hide their mental health issue, they mental illnesses. So what he in the right mind on that day? I don't know Jarvis, so don't say I know he did. I don't know this man. I don't know him. I don't trust him. I don't know him. Because he would have never been around my children, so I don't know him. I'm not going to think for him. I don't know this man. I don't know what he would do and won't do, but I know I won't give him a chance to do it because when he went to court, I didn't know about Jarvis, things that Jarvis was locked up for until I did the research, till we did the research on Jarvis' butt. To we, I'm not going to say I. So my main thing is he going to plead insanity? Jarvis know. Jarvis don't know. What will he lose by shooting for a trial? What do they know that we don't know? Something gonna happen, y'all. On the date that he's supposed to go back to court, something gonna happen. The day he's supposed to have his trial, something's gonna come up. I wondered, is the aunt going to testify against him? It's a mental illness or a mental health problem in this case right here, y'all. This is not right at all. Who would think to take a girl out from, no, tell a girl that to meet me this da 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 da, and a 12-year-old that meet me on da da da, and you ain't told your auntie right, but you met, she walking, what is it? What is it about him? Why are they not recognized? Why are the moms not recognizing his signs? Why isn't the moms been accused of nothing in this case? Where's the mental capacity in this case? What is somebody right? This man ain't right. I don't care what nobody say. Jarvis is not right mentally. But that's not what the family said. Shannon said wasn't nothing wrong with him. She don't think that he'll do nothing to Nasiah. So mentally, what is she saying? Because she's not, we don't know where she is. And just because we don't know where she is, just because we don't know where she is, he don't want to tell us. Because why? Mentally, physically, emotionally, he had her all that day. How he gonna feed Nasiah? He had to borrow gas money, mentally. Do the family know this man had a problem? What is he hide? What are they hiding, y'all, in this case? It's something missing right here, and that's the only thing came to my mind. And I've been trying to look at Jarvis, y'all. But I just wonder what he got planned. If he not going to plead not guilty of insanity, can they prove that he has a mental issue? Cause they act like something wrong with Jarvis. Now that Jarvis is back to himself and girls don't pay no attention to him, what kind of health issue, what kind of mental health issue did he have? What is it that he had? Did he have a drug problem? Was he mentally on something when he came to guide her or had her at that shop? Where is Nasiah then? If he didn't have a mental illness problem, a mental health issue, where is Nasiah? Because he said he didn't do nothing to her. And the district attorney think that the grandmama and Shannon didn't do nothing to her. Who did? Where is she? Will he tell on the people who involved with whatever? They ain't even took the girl to the hospital. The girl might not even been pregnant. Y'all, see, first of all, why if she was pregnant, why they didn't take her to the doctor? They get the Medicaid. If they don't get Medicaid, they got insurance. Why not take her to the doctor and see was she really pregnant instead of them old cheap tests for a girl her age? And they don't think nothing wrong with that mentally? It's a lot about this case that is hidden from us. So far, they've been winning to me. The defense attorney been winning to me. The prosecutor been kind of weak to me. Now, y'all, anybody can use the text app to text and make it look like this person texting, but that person's not the one texting. See, she could be used for anything. Nasiah could have been used for anything around this man and his auntie. Why do the district attorney and the police department don't think that the auntie has nothing to do with it? Another question I have, and they not paying no attention, but I don't know why they trying to avoid it. The girl who he was going to marry, why she go in the hospital on the same day that this happened to Nasiah? What do she know? What do she know? The girl who went in the hospital on the same day that this happened to Nasiah. Why she in the hospital? She wasn't in the hospital that morning when she took him to court on the night. So I can't wait. Wait, let me finish my content, and after this, let me do my job. So this the question I'm saying is mentally. Why don't nobody see nothing mentally wrong with this man? Why do the girlfriend don't see nothing mentally wrong with him? And I can read right through him. I can read through this man. I can read through his smile. I can read through him. Why? And then your family got to know what's wrong with you. It don't nobody know what's wrong with you. Your family knows what's wrong with you. So would he plead? Would he change his plea? I don't feel right about this. How we know Nazaya not alive? I know we said she said they said well the district attorney said she's passed away. But Jarvis said he ain't do nothing to her. Shannon, y'all they said that the police said that she don't have nothing to do with this. So ask you the question. How was his mind? How was Jarvis' mind? Did he have anything wrong with him at the time of the crime? At the time of the crime. When I looked at his picture, when they arrested him, that boy looked like he was tore up. And all them real people out there, you know what I mean. He looked like he was tore up. So mentally, at the time of the crime, how was his mind? Do he remember where he left Nazaya? Did he ever have Nazaya? What did he do with her, y'all? And what was his mind? Do they have and do where's Jarvis' family? Do they have any paperwork on Jarvis saying something? He's supposed to go see a psychologist. Do he take medicine? Cause a lot of people get off their medication and don't do what they supposed to do. Y'all just got to do something when I go live. He down there sneezing like a grown person. And look how she looking at him. Y'all, you roll with your brother. You know what's wrong with your brother mentally. Do he have a drug problem? I'm trying not to say that word. Do he have that kind of issue? Let me ask y'all something. Is it anywhere in the case did they take her to the doctor? When this baby school, they about to bring the school back in this, y'all. At the school. She fell out on the gym floor. On the date she went missing. I got a question to ask y'all. Mentally, she called her auntie. Asked her auntie. That's what why we believe in everything the auntie said, but we ain't believe in the things that Nazaria saying. That's what I don't understand. I wonder why people don't never believe the victim. If Jarvis, so you telling me that now everybody remember the text messages now since she's gone? Everybody on check text records now since she's gone. Mentally, what's wrong with this 42-year-old man who had a girl missing from school? No, she's supposed to be over her grandmama's house. She's supposed to be over her grandmother's house when she get out of school. And you're looking at the clock and you know it's 4 o'clock. And you know she's supposed to be there at 3:15. What are you thinking about, Jarvis, mentally? Because y'all working on a car, Jarvis. Your sister out there in the driveway and you tell your sister, mentally, I'm trying to find out, you got a problem. You got a serious problem. What was the plan mentally? I hope I hope that they got everything in order. But because during the time of the crime, what in the world Jarvis was doing where he couldn't know where Nazaria at? What was he doing mentally at the time of the crime? What was he doing? What was he doing if he didn't do nothing to Nazaria? Right now, this is not important to y'all. But guess what? It is important. This is important. He acting like something wrong with him, y'all. He playing a role now. Is he gonna play that role later? Cause it ain't too late for him to act a different way. Some tell me some gonna come up. Are the same people? Are we gonna have new witnesses? Are the same? Can they add more witnesses? Jarvis done been locked up before. You know how you knew your brother was sick. You knew your brother was sick. You knew he was sick. You knew he was psycho. You knew what he was capable of doing. So mentally, why didn't the family believe that their brother did this before? He did this before. He did this before. And they know it. But they were so confident that it wasn't happening. So mentally, what happened to Jarvis to make her go to here, to look like that? And he don't think like that. So, my thing again. Do y'all believe do you think he have a mental illnesses? Mental health issue here? And can they prove it? Can they prove it? Will he plead with not guilty by reason of insanity? He got to be out of his mind because he said he didn't do it. He said he didn't do it. We can't prove he did it. Where is Naziah, y'all? Just because we ain't seen Naziah don't mean nothing. The way they doing this thing, the way this case going on, the way this case, the way I'm listening, and it. Did you forget where you let up? Did you forget what you did with a Jarvis? What did you forget? If they don't think Shannon did this, Jarvis, where did you take Naziah knowing that they looking for her? Because you was at the hotel, and they knew what you do in the hotel, Jarvis. Where was Naziah when you was at the hotel? Where do y'all think he's going to tell? Do y'all think, if he don't have to tell, he ain't going to tell it. If he don't have to tell it, he not going to tell it. Because right now, what they saying, they been the only one, that these two right here, been making the case make sense. But it's a reason why they use the mama and the auntie. I guess 'cause she live with them. But if that's the case, then the case should be bigger than this. So they're putting the burden on Jarvis, which they should, because he the one mentally taking her. I want y'all to go back and think. I want y'all to do something for me. At the time of the crime, why is she? I don't like how she looking at Jarvis, because she wasn't even woman enough to get out that car at that little girl. What her name was? Where your mom at? She didn't even get out the car and say, I'm nosy. You sitting in my brother's car, and I know how my brother is. You didn't say, you asked, why you asked him, why you didn't ask her? He ain't there working on the car. Why wasn't you woman enough to nobody? Like the judge said, y'all didn't care. Y'all didn't care. If you cared, you would have asked. Because you know how your brother is. So mentally, do he has a problem that don't nobody know but the family? And that's the way they probably looked at him when he was a little boy. Because he ain't just got like that. He ain't just got like that, y'all. So mentally, I'm asking the question. Do y'all think he have a mental problem? I do. He lost his mind. He not one time while he was sitting out there, while she's sitting out there in the truck, not one time he said, call your grandmama and let her know I got you. Hey, baby. Not one time he said, call your grandmama. Call your grandmama, call your auntie and tell her I got you. It's getting dark, Jarvis. Call your grandmama, call your auntie. I got her. He was calling everybody else. And the girl he was going to get married, I ain't through with you. His fiance. Why you get sick? What you doing in the hospital on the day that happened to Naziah? What did you see? What you know? What do you really know in this case? I think that girl know more than that, y'all. That's why she got sick and went to the hospital. She wasn't sick that morning, but she took him to the court thinking he had to go to court. She was sick on the night when they happened to Naziah. What happened to make that girl do shit? What happened? What happened? I'm out, y'all.